When I was recognized by my biological parents during a business trip, I couldn't wait to go home and tell my husband, "My parents are the richest people in South City, and the company will not go bankrupt." But as soon as I entered the room, I saw my husband and his partner having sex in the room after drinking. I was so angry that I wanted to catch them in the act, but my 10-year-old son stopped me outside the door. "Don't ruin what's going on between me and my dad. Aunt Ching Ching is the daughter of the richest man in South City. Dad's company will be saved soon. Don't mess with me." I was shocked and confused. Besides my brother, does my father have other daughters? Say goodbye to my richest parents for now. I couldn't wait to go home and tell my husband the good news. The company has been making losses in recent years and is on the verge of bankruptcy. I know this is the result of my husband's hard work, now that my biological father is the richest man. I can definitely help him overcome the difficulties and maybe even get to a higher level. As soon as I opened the door, I saw messy clothes all over the floor in the living room, black stockings, bras, obviously women's. I was furious when I heard obscene noises coming from the room, but I calmed down when I saw my 10-year-old son in the living room. How, can you go downstairs and ride your bike for a while?" As soon as I touched my son's shoulder, I was pushed away by a force. The son opened his arms and blocked the door to the room. "I don't want it. Don't ruin what's going on between me and my dad. Aunt Ching Ching is the daughter of the richest man in South City. Dad's company will be saved soon. Don't mess with me." I was stunned when I heard my son's words that destroyed my worldview. Lin Ching Ching is a partner who just joined my husband's company 3 years ago. She is young, beautiful, smart, and capable. I met her several times when I went to the company. Every time she called me sister-in-law sweetly and was very enthusiastic. I didn't expect that they cheated on me behind my back. My husband Ju's issue and I have been married for 10 years. He has always been gentle and considerate to me, and he always reports any business trips or drinking parties he has. How could he have cheated? I was so confused that I couldn't control the urge to rush into the room to see the truth. But the son blocked the door and refused to move no matter what. How? Get out of the way. I was anxious and couldn't help but reach out to take him away. The door was opened from inside the room. How dived in and fell, and I also fell heavily against the door, feeling a sharp pain on my forehead. Su Xiaojing, are you crazy? You dare to push my son? I heard my husband's angry voice above my head. When I looked up, I saw Lin Ching Ching hugging her crying son and comforting him gently. "Take your dirty hands off me." I pounced towards Lin Ching Ching. But before I got close, Ju's issue kicked me away. "Since you're back, let's discuss the divorce. I'll leave the house and car to you, but the custody must be mine." I couldn't believe it. My husband wanted to divorce me just after I came back from a business trip. It took me a long time to realize that Ju's issue was not joking. "Are you crazy? How is my child? How can I give it to you? And I'm pregnant with another one. What should I do with him? What the hell are you crazy about?" Ju's issue glanced at my stomach calmly and almost blurted out, "Abort it." Bang! I slapped him hard on the face, my voice trembling. "You bastard." Ju's issue had no objection to the slap, but it made Lin Ching Ching heartbroken. She held Ju's issue's face anxiously and spoke to me angrily. "Zishu doesn't love you anymore, so what's the point of tangling with you? If you think the car and the house are too little, I can give you an extra $1 million, right? Don't be too selfish. I'm the daughter of the richest man and can help him get through the difficulties of his company. What about you? You're just an ordinary housewife." I was stunned. Lin Ching Ching is the daughter of the richest man in South City. Then who am I? The daughter who has just been recognized by the richest man. While I was stunned, Ju's issue had already walked to the door with his son and Lin Ching Ching, holding his usual bag. "You can go, but How is my child. You must stay." How is my own flesh and blood, and these two people actually did such a ridiculous thing as letting my 10-year-old son guard the door. How could I really let them take care of him? But Ju's issue gave me a mocking smile. My son behind me looked at me with disgust. "I don't want to follow you. Aunt Ching Ching is willing to buy me everything. She's not as stingy as you." I couldn't believe what I heard. The man I loved for more than 10 years cheated on me. And the son I raised for 10 years hates me. I was so angry that my chest felt stuffy and my lower abdomen ached. "Get out, all of you, get out." I picked up the cups on the coffee table one after another and threw them behind several people. Issue and I are childhood sweethearts and grew up in the same alley. We know each other very well, and have been treating each other with respect for 10 years since we got married. I didn't expect that he would choose to cheat and betray because of the company's crisis. As for my son, he was a premature baby and has been weak and sickly since he was young. I have always taken good care of him, taking care of his food and daily life from childhood to adulthood, no matter how busy I was at work. I never asked anyone else to do it for me, but he actually hates me. What's even more ridiculous is that I didn't even notice any of this before today. What happened just now was obviously not the first time. They were as warm as a family of 3, which made me look like an abrupt third party. I sat on the ground and cried until the early morning, and Issue and his son did not come back all night. Around noon, Issue sent me a message, "Let's talk about divorce. If you don't come, I will file for divorce." Following it is a Western restaurant with an average cost of over 1,000 yuan per person. That Western restaurant is very popular among young people because of its romantic atmosphere. I have been begging him to go with me since our 3rd anniversary, but he always said next time. Too busy, maybe next time. That restaurant is so expensive, we can buy some food and cook it at home. It will be much more delicious. We don't need to waste that money. I didn't expect that the first time I went there, we would discuss divorce matters. My pale face was reflected on the screen. I smiled sadly, packed up my things and went out. By then, Issue was wearing a neat suit and looked very respectable, and he seemed to be getting impatient waiting. "What took you so long? The subway is too crowded." As soon as I finished speaking, Issue's expression changed. "Don't you have any money in your card? The subway is so crowded. How can you, a pregnant woman, bear it?" Facing the sudden reprimand, I sneered and said in a mocking tone, "Yes, congratulations on marrying into a wealthy family. You can come to this kind of Western-style restaurant with a per capita income of thousands of yuan whenever you want. Of course, I can't compare with it." Issue sighed. "Don't be sarcastic. Do you think it's easy for me? The company is about to go bankrupt. It's my life's work. Do you have the money to help me support the company? You and I have been married for 10 years, and I am sure that I still love you, so Ching and I discussed it last night. After you marry her, you can still be my woman, and my son can stay with you for a while during the winter and summer vacations. How is it? Have I been kind enough to you?" This made me want to laugh. What is this? 2 women sharing one husband. The wife becomes the mistress. Lin Ching is willing to be a masochist, but I am not, seeing that I was indifferent. Issue frowned. "I've already retreated to this point. What else do I want? Isn't a marriage certificate just a piece of scrap paper? As long as we love each other, it doesn't matter whether we have it or not. Why should we take it so seriously? If you really don't want to abort the child, I can also give you child support every month. Xiaojing, sign it, otherwise you may have nothing when you file for divorce. Ching is the daughter of the richest man. If you use any tricks on her, you will be the only one who regrets it." These words were like a blunt knife, cutting into my flesh bit by bit. After 10 years of marriage, what I got in return was today's calculations and threats. Looking at the man in front of me whom I have loved for more than 10 years, I just felt nauseous in my chest. I sneered. "Threatening me? The evidence of your infidelity is still on the surveillance camera at home. You want to sue me? I can fight you to the end, if it were in the past. I might have thought about it for the baby in my belly. After all, the other party is known as the daughter of the richest man, but that's not necessary now." Issue seemed to have anticipated that I would not agree, and took out an agreement from his bag. "This is the prenuptial agreement we signed 10 years ago. You can take a closer look. 10 years ago, in a large shopping mall, Issue proposed to me in public with a rose in his hand. I still remember his sincere tone and his eyes full of love. "Xiaojing, marry me. This is a prenuptial agreement. You can read it before deciding. Every clause in it will be protected by law." I looked at him strangely. "What's the point of bringing this out? I've read all the clauses in it. It's nothing more than some fake housework agreements like you'll take care of all the housework and you'll take care of the baby when it's born." Now when I see the treaty above, I just want to laugh and slap myself twice. At that time, I proudly posted updates to show off, thinking that these were all proof of his love for me. Unexpectedly, in the end he didn't do any of them. Juice issue ignored my sarcasm and gestured to turn the page. I kept reading with doubt in my mind, and the more I read, the more frightened I became. The last line on the last page was neatly written. After the two divorced, Party A voluntarily left the house with nothing. I am Party A. But this clause does not exist at all in the agreements I have read. How dare you forge an agreement? My chest heaved with anger. Juice issue smiled triumphantly. Don't spit blood on me. You can take the notes to the forensics department for inspection. You signed all of these yourself. After all, you loved me so much at the time, right? I know myself. No matter how much I love someone, I am not stupid enough to sign such a stupid treaty. But I carefully compared the handwriting and couldn't find any clues. Even the red fingerprints on it showed no obvious mistakes. Impossible. I gritted my teeth and insisted. There was no last clause in the original contract. Juice issue. You are so crazy that you will do anything to get a divorce. Are you crazy? Juice issue chuckled. Su Xiaojing, if you don't sign the divorce, I will have no choice but to sue you. Then you won't even get the house or the car. Do you have the money to hire a lawyer? It's best for you if you sign now. My patience is limited. He took out another agreement from his bag, which had his name already signed on it, and also prepared red mud. This is ready to be tough. I held the agreement. I can't possibly sign this. I haven't verified the authenticity of this agreement yet. Don't even think about forcing me to sign it. Juice issue stood up. There's a large forensic laboratory nearby. I can go with you. He is already so confident. Could it be that I really didn't notice it when I signed it? I was so confused that I followed him to the appraisal center. Juice issue took out Lin Qingqing's business card, said a few words to the people inside, and sent it in to expedite processing. He looked at me, who was a little flustered. This is the world of the rich. Even without this prenuptial agreement, you would not have won the case. Hearing these outrageous words, I suddenly wanted to tell Juice issue that I was actually the daughter of the richest man in South City, hit him in the face like crazy, but I don't want to let this scumbag take advantage. While waiting, Juice issue received a call. Qingqing. Yes, it will be ready soon. You can come over. The voice is as gentle as water. After a while, Lin Qingqing came with her son Zhu Haoming. The two held hands, as affectionate as mother and son. Zhu Haoming was carrying 7 or 8 shopping bags in his hands. His forehead was sweating from exhaustion, but his expression was one of willingness. Mom, do you think I'm awesome? My heart ached violently when I saw him calling Lin Qingqing Mom. They haven't divorced yet, but the son born after 10 months of pregnancy already calls his mistress his mother. I held back my sadness and looked at my son. How, what do you call her? The son's gentle eyes instantly turned into disgust. Aunt Qingqing is going to marry Dad soon. Is there anything wrong with me calling her Mom? What about me? I almost said subconsciously. I raised you for 10 years, the son said resentfully. Besides nagging and controlling me every day, what else do you do? Qingqing's mother is young and beautiful. She is willing to buy me everything. She has game consoles and tablets. I can play as long as I want. They don't care if I eat junk food. Qingqing's mom said that junk food is okay to eat. We have plenty of money to see a doctor. I looked at my son and couldn't believe that these were the words he said. The son hugged Lin Qingqing's waist. You should divorce your dad right away. Qingqing's mom is going to give birth to a little sister for me soon. You'd better abort the baby in your belly. I won't like it even if it's born. I was so shocked that I staggered back a few steps, choking and unable to speak. How so? Lin Qingqing looked at me provocatively. Children are most likely to tell the truth. Poor couples have many troubles. If you don't have the ability, don't drag issue down. I took a few breaths and looked at her. I heard that the richest man in the South City only has one son, and his daughter disappeared when she was a child. Did you just find her? Lin Qingqing's eyes flashed a dark light, which was fleeting, and she quickly refuted. There are all kinds of things said on the internet. Anyone who believes them is a fool. You doubt me. If I'm not, then are you? Zishu met my dad once and took a photo. As he spoke, Zhu Haoming took out his newly bought mobile phone and played some photos as if to show off. Look, this is my grandpa. I compared the photo carefully and found that he looked the same as the father I met on a business trip. While on a business trip, I went to the hospital for a pregnancy checkup and suddenly encountered a patient in the emergency room who was bleeding heavily. I volunteered my blood, and by mistake the nurse used my blood to do a paternity test with the patient. I discovered that I was the long-lost biological daughter of the richest man in South City. My mother introduced my family situation to me. I only have one older brother. Then who is Lin Qingqing who can take a photo with my father? Is she my father's illegitimate daughter? My mind is in a mess and I have no idea what is going on. The identification department sent over the results very quickly, confirming that it was authentic and had no signs of forgery. For a moment, I felt dizzy. Impossible. I will never sign a contract that leaves me with nothing. This is a scam, I yelled, looking a little broken. Ju Zixu dragged her into an empty lounge and took out the divorce agreement again, after all the fuss. It's time to sign the agreement, right? I stared at him. Impossible. You are the one who should be kicked out of the house, although this money is small for me now, but if I didn't have the identity of the richest man's daughter, that is something I have worked hard for decades. There is absolutely no way this bastard will get away with it. Seeing that I didn't sign, Lin Qingqing outside the door urged me again. Ju Zixu clenched his fists. Xiao Jing, you forced me to do this. As he said that, he forcefully grabbed my hand and forced me to sign and fingerprint the divorce agreement. I struggled, but I didn't have enough strength. I don't know when my son joined in and held my feet to prevent me from moving, pressing their fingertips on the agreement. Both father and son smiled triumphantly. Don't blame me, this is your best choice right now. Ju Zixu said this, and he and his son pushed me down hard. I sat down on the ground with a plop. And the pain from the depths of my soul rushed from my lower body to the top of my head. A trickle of blood was oozing out from under his body. Not only are they forcing me to divorce, they are also going to hurt my children. I was in so much pain that I couldn't breathe. I endured the severe pain and reached for my phone to call an ambulance. When I woke up again, my nose was filled with the smell of disinfectant. There was no one around. As soon as I saw the nurse come in, I struggled to get up. Is my child still there? The nurse's face was filled with silence. It's a pity that the child could not be protected. The heart-wrenching pain swept through my body and tears kept flowing down. They actually killed my child. Sue, we contacted your family, but they hung up directly. Do you think there are any other relatives you can contact? My emergency contact is Ju Zixu. He was so cruel that he didn't even sign his name and wanted to leave me to fend for myself. I wiped the tears from my eyes and gave my parents' number. As soon as my parents arrived, they transferred me to a private hospital. My mother held my hand, her well-kept face full of tears and heartache. Which bastard did this to you? Mom will avenge you. Dad was also standing by, looking worried. Xiao Jing, not only did you save my life, you are also my biological daughter. Daddy is useless, but I have some money. If you need anything, just ask. My brother was also looking at me nervously and concernedly. Sister, if you have any difficulties, you must tell me and I will help you. Seeing so many people who care about me, my emotions gradually calmed down. I looked at my father and took out Lin Qingqing's photo. Dad, is the person in this photo your daughter? The three of them took one look and shook their heads. Mom explained softly, Lin Qingqing is the daughter of your father's comrade-in-arms, after he died of cancer. We took pity on her and adopted her as our goddaughter. What's wrong with that? I see. When Lin Qingqing was 7 years old, her father died of cancer, leaving her family alone in the countryside. My father took him in because he felt sorry for him. At that time, my father was starting a business and all the money in the family was invested in the company, so we did not live a rich life. Lin Qingqing despised the poor and loved the rich, so she followed another comrade who had better conditions. Later, that person's family fell into poverty, and when he heard that my father's company had gone public, he shamelessly came back. My mother was heartbroken because she ran away and she doesn't like her anymore. I didn't expect that Lin Qingqing would use the title of the richest man's daughter to cheat people outside. The recent photo of Lin Qingqing taking Ju Zixu to see my dad was taken when Lin Qingqing lied about having surgery, but in fact she was just pregnant. I told him everything about how Lin Qingqing destroyed my family. After hearing this, my dad angrily slammed the table. This is too much. He's actually using my name to swindle people out there. I warned her. They forced me to sign the divorce agreement, and soon she will bring Ju Zishu here to discuss financing. The brother was furious. Impossible. I gently held my mother's hand, wanting to say something but stopping myself. My mother noticed something was going on and gently tucked the loose hair behind my ears. Xiaojing, if you need any help, just let me know. We left you out there and made you suffer so much. Now we just want to compensate you as much as possible. My brother's eyes were filled with guilt. If I hadn't insisted on dragging you out of the manor to play hide and seek, you wouldn't have been kidnapped and bullied by that bastard Ju Zishu. Tell me, I can help you solve any problem. I couldn't hold back my tears any longer. Ever since I can remember, my adoptive parents have been mean to me and favored boys over girls, so when Ju Zishu gave me a little love, I fell for him. At the same time, she tried her best to give Ju Haoming the parental love that she herself did not receive. The love that both father and son do not cherish, I give to the important people in their lives. I once signed a prenuptial agreement with Ju Zishu in a large shopping mall. I felt that there was something fishy about it and wanted to check the surveillance video to find out the truth. I gave the name of the mall. I didn't expect it was from my home. My brother immediately asked his secretary to retrieve the surveillance footage from that year. Fortunately, there was a robbery on that day 10 years ago, and the video from that year was still intact in the monitoring room. In order to save money, Ju Zishu did not hire a camera, but proposed directly under the surveillance camera, which captured everything clearly. I watched the surveillance video in its entirety, and my fists clenched tighter and tighter. This bastard has been lying to me since 10 years ago. I stayed in the hospital for a month. My parents and brother come to see me every day. During this period, Lin Qingqing called me just as I expected and asked my father for financing. As soon as the call was connected, Lin Qingqing's gentle voice came over. Dad, I'm getting married tomorrow. Please be my witness. My dad was about to lose his temper, but was calmed down by my eyes. But the tone is still bad. I'm not your biological father, just inform me. As for the wedding banquet, I won't go if I'm not feeling well. Lin Qingqing was silent for a moment, then spoke pitifully. Ever since my biological father passed away, you and my mother have raised and supported me. I have long regarded you as my biological father. That delicate and artificial voice made my dad and I look distorted and want to vomit. Lin Qingqing boasted that my dad was her reincarnated parent, and even said something stupid like she wouldn't get married if my dad didn't come to the wedding banquet. My dad got angrier when he heard this, but luckily I calmed him down. After hanging up the phone, my dad threw the phone directly into the trash can. He thought it was dirty if he didn't look at it for even a second longer. Now that things have developed to this point, I have countless ways to make Lin Qingqing and Ju Zishu regret their actions, but it's not painful enough. You have to give them hope and then crush it with your own hands to feel the pain. Ju Zishu also sent me an invitation to his wedding banquet. He sounded proud over the phone. Everyone here is from the upper class. Don't feel embarrassed to come here. I transferred 10,000 yuan to you. You can buy a decent evening gown. I sat in the VIP room of a luxury brand, looked at the evening gowns on the models, and sneered. That $10,000 can't even buy a sleeve here. Ju Zishu spent a lot of money on this wedding and chose the most upscale hotel in South City. Ju Zishu was wearing an expensive suit and had his hair waxed. Looking like a decent gentleman, looking at the luxury car coming over, he looked nervously at Lin Qingqing next to him. How do I look? We have to get financing today, or the company will go bankrupt. Lin Qingqing comforted. Don't worry, my dad loves me the most. If I mention financing, it will definitely work out. I sat in the back seat, looking at the two confident people, and couldn't help laughing when I thought about what was going to happen next. The car stopped steadily and Ju Zishu quickly opened the door. Father-in-law. My father's face froze and he didn't respond. Ju Zishu thought he had made a mistake, but he didn't know what. And his face suddenly became panicked and embarrassed. Seeing this, Lin Qingqing took my father's arm affectionately. Dad, this is Zishu you've met. Come in quickly. My dad avoided her and pulled her hand away. then bent down to block the roof for me. Xiao Jing, let's go. The moment they saw my face, both Lin Qingqing and Zhu Zixu's pupils trembled. They pointed at me with disbelief. Why are you riding in the same car with my father-in-law? I smiled at them, put my arm around my dad's shoulders affectionately, and said, on the way. The two of them were not stupid enough to really think that they were on the way. When my dad was chatting with his business friends, Zhu Zixu pulled me into an empty room. Su Xiaojing, are you crazy? In order to get revenge on me and Qingqing, you actually became my father-in-law's mistress. Puff, I couldn't help laughing out loud. Is this the conclusion they came to? It's true that such dirty people have dirty thoughts. He looked at me angrily, and suddenly glanced at my flat belly. You said you would never abort the baby before, but now you agree to do it for an old man. You even said I'm snobbish, but you're the same. When I mention children, my face turns cold. Shut up. The child was killed by you and Zhu Haoming. That day you forced me to sign the divorce agreement and pushed me to the ground. The nurse even called you. Have you forgotten so quickly? Zhu Zixu's expression turned stern and his face turned pale. What does it have to do with me? Who told you not to sign? You deserve it. Bang. I couldn't stand it anymore and slapped him in the face. Being married to someone like you is more embarrassing than having a criminal record. After saying that, I turned around to go out, but he grabbed me. I warn you, if you dare to say one more word in front of my father-in-law, you will never see my son again. This threat used to work for me. But it doesn't work for me anymore. At this time, my brother watched me being pulled into the house. When he pushed the door open, he saw Zhu Zixu pulling me aggressively. My brother came up and punched Zhu Zixu. Are you sick? Zhu Zixu screamed, covering his wound and grimacing in pain. He looked at my brother's worry about me, and his expression became even more distorted. Where did this wild man come from? Su Xiaojing, you've fallen into depravity as soon as you left me. My brother frowned when he heard this and raised his hand to punch again. Zhu Zixu couldn't bear it any longer and yelled, then started fighting with my brother. But he is no match for my brother. The visitors nearby heard the noise and rushed over. Brother, what are you doing? Lin Qingqing looked at my brother with embarrassment and helped Zhu Zixu up. Zixu, did you and my brother have any misunderstanding? Why did you start fighting? Zhu Zixu was hit several times and felt dizzy. He pointed at me and my brother and said wildly, Su Xiaojing, you are playing two boats. Lin Qingqing didn't know that I was the long-lost daughter of the richest man, and was stunned when she heard this. My dad came in, and Lin Qingqing immediately provoked, Dad, this woman instigated my brother to mess up my wedding. If it weren't for you bringing her here, I would have kicked her out long ago. I sneered, what are you yelling about? Is this your dad? What else? Lin Qingqing looked at me arrogantly. For the sake of my father and my brother, I won't bother with you. Get out of here. My mother came up to me, took my hand, and said sarcastically, are these the scumbag and bitch you told me about? How come my goddaughter Qingqing is involved in this? The three words goddaughter are pronounced with a strong emphasis. Lin Qingqing's face suddenly turned pale. Zhu Zixu was stunned at the moment and didn't pay any attention. He just pointed at me and muttered, what nonsense are you talking about to my mother-in-law? What scumbag and bitch? He looked at my mother and explained, mother-in-law, this woman is crazy, don't believe her. My mother sneered, who is your mother-in-law? Don't mistake her for someone else. Zhu Zixu looked sullen. I held my mother's hand. I divorced you a long time ago. Stop yelling. No matter how stupid Zhu Zixu was, he realized something. Have you recognized my mother-in-law as your godmother? I sneered. What godmother? She's my biological mother. Everyone was in an uproar, their eyes focused on my mother and me. In fact, I have always felt that I was different from my adoptive parents since I was a child, but they lied to me and said that I looked like my dead aunt, so I never doubted my own background. Now if you look closely, my mother and I are exactly like two peas in a pod, but in the past, I had to take care of housework and take care of children, so I never had time to dress up. Now she is covered in jewels and has the temperament of a real noble lady. Zhu Zixu asked Lin Qingqing, who are you? Lin Qingqing trembled all over, hesitating and unable to answer. Finally, her eyes wandered and she covered her stomach and cried in pain. Zixu, my stomach hurts so much, take me to the hospital. Zhu Zixu ruthlessly pushed her hand away. Lin Qingqing, Su Xiaojing is the daughter of the richest man. So who are you? This was the first time Lin Qingqing saw him get so angry. She usually spoke in a gentle voice, but she was so scared that she burst into tears. Zixu, listen to me. I am also the daughter of the richest man. Although I am not your biological daughter, I can get financing. Believe me, my brother said angrily. Don't even think about raising funds, it's impossible. When Zhu Zixu heard this answer, it was as if the sky had fallen. The company is the result of his life's work. Without financing, the company will go bankrupt, which would be the end of him. He took my brother's hand. Brother-in-law, I'm Xiaojing's husband. Let's talk about the financing later. Hearing this, I couldn't help but sigh at Zhu Zixu's shamelessness. I pulled my brother away. We are already divorced, and today is your wedding day. Zhu Zixu's face collapsed and he yelled at me angrily. Your parents are the richest people. Why are you hiding this from me? I laughed out of anger. To this day he still thinks it's my fault. I wanted to tell you when I came back from my business trip, but as soon as I walked in, I saw you and Lin Qingqing making love, and then you threatened to divorce me. I'm really glad that we're divorced, otherwise I wouldn't have known you were such a scumbag. I didn't want to say another word to him. So I turned around and left. Zhu Zixu took my hand. Xiaojing, I was wrong. You can hit me and scold me. I still love you. It's just that the company's affairs made me too anxious. No matter what the reason was, from the moment Zhu Zixu cheated on us, it was no longer possible for us. Seeing that I was indifferent, Zhu Zixu continued, it's all Lin Qingqing's fault. She seduced me. The appraisal was fake. She said she could force you to sign the divorce agreement, finally admitted it. I sneered at him. Since you have admitted to the crime, there is nothing more to say. When the police come, take us away together. When Lin Qingqing heard this, she immediately panicked. What does it have to do with me? You forged all the evidence. You cheated on me. As soon as I said I was the daughter of the richest man, you rushed to find me. If you hadn't lied to me about getting the financing, I wouldn't have gotten divorced. You lied to me. Zhu Zixu had gone crazy and pushed Lin Qingqing hard. The man immediately bumped into the corner of the table and hit his bulging belly. Blood trickled out from Lin Qingqing's lower body. Ah, it's bleeding, my child. Zhu Zixu calmed down when he saw the blood, and immediately picked up the man and sent him to the hospital. Lin Qingqing's child was not saved. I compiled the videos of them all and sued Zhu Zixu for crimes such as marriage fraud and forced divorce. I did sign the agreement 10 years ago, but Zhu Zixu left the last item blank and added it in himself. At that time, I was so overwhelmed by love that I didn't notice such a tiny loophole. Fortunately, the surveillance footage that day was very clear and the last item was not there at all. I spent a lot of money to sentence Zhu Zixu to several more years. Lin Qingqing also cut off all my dad's credit cards and no longer had any contact with him. The next time I saw Zhu Haoming, I was shopping in the mall with my nephew. You are the mother. Zhu Haoming's eyes lit up. I am no longer the yellow-faced woman I used to be. The beauty and gym memberships have given me a well-proportioned figure and fair skin. My inner richness and financial freedom have given me the temperament of an excellent lady. In contrast, my son was so fat that I almost couldn't recognize him. At this moment, he had bruises under his eyes, messy hair, and his face was greasy from staying up late and overindulging himself. He didn't look like a teenager at all. Mom, it's really you. Mom, he shouted excitedly. Mom, I was wrong. Please take me away. Aunt Qingqing beats me every day to vent her anger, and Dad won't come back. Please take me away, my dad. That old bastard lied to me. His company didn't get any better after he married Aunt Qingqing, and is still in jail. He's a swindler. I was wrong. Mom, please take me away. I will never make you angry again. Mom, he suddenly knelt on the ground, tears streaming down his face. They don't care about me. My dad went bankrupt and owed debts. Everyone came to me to ask for money. I don't have any money at all. I am going to collapse. Please take me away. Mom, I already know I was wrong. I won't play games anymore. I'll study hard in class. It doesn't matter how many training classes I take on the weekends. I will never think you are meddling in my business again. Before I could move, Lin Qingqing suddenly appeared and slapped her son in the face. You're just as cheap as your father, you despise the poor and love the rich." My son flinched after being slapped, and it was obvious that he was beaten often. Looking at my son like this, I feel sad, but everyone has his own destiny. From the moment he helped Joo's issue kill my child, the mother-son relationship between him and me was severed. I always believe in respecting the fate of others and letting go of the desire to help others. My son looked at me with tears in his eyes. "Mom, can you give her 1 million to buy me away? I don't want to live with her anymore." I squatted down, straightened his clothes that were askew, and shook my head at my son's expectant gaze. "It's illegal to buy and sell children. You chose to be with your father in the first place. I can't do anything about it." Having said that, I took my nephew away. After that, Joo Haoming would still come to see me, and every time he came, I would have a new wound on my body. I saw that I would only give him a little ointment each time and not say anything extra. Lin Qingqing went to the prison to ask Joo's issue for a divorce almost every day, but Joo's issue refused to divorce. "It's all because of you that I became like this. I won't let you go even if I die." 3 selfish people are entangled with each other, and I enjoy watching the show. My parents and brother do whatever they want to me because they feel they owe me something. I became a rich woman. I can buy things when I am happy or unhappy, and travel around the world. At the age of 28, I am in the prime of my life and my life has just begun. Next, let's listen to the next story. After my brother broke up with his girlfriend, my ex-sister-in-law blasted me as a green tea bitch on social media and slandered that my relationship with my brother was abnormal. Reading the insults directed at me and my brother in the comments, I was so angry that my hands were shaking and I couldn't hold my phone tightly. It wasn't until my childhood sweetheart Lu Chen snatched the phone from me and was about to call my brother that I stopped him. "No, my brother is on a business trip in Austria these 2 days. I can handle this matter." I lay in bed, trying my best to figure out why Luo Chanxian wanted to slander me and my brother for having an abnormal relationship. When she was dating my brother, I knew Luo Chanxian was very possessive, so when my brother was with her, I tried my best not to disturb them. They have been together for 3 years. I was also surprised when my brother told me that he had broken up with her some time ago, but he didn't tell me the reason, so I didn't ask much. I got up and sat in front of the computer and began to edit the text response of the explanation. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I was awakened by countless private messages. The reason was that I stated in my response that I didn't know the reason why my brother broke up with her, and Luo Chanxian responded, "Chen Shaonia, it's really funny. Is there anyone who doesn't know how we broke up? It was because ZH left me at home with a fever in the middle of the night just because someone said he wanted to eat cake. He drove around for 3 hours and only remembered me with a fever after he delivered the cake to someone. When we broke up, I asked ZH who was more important, me or someone else. ZH told me without hesitation that someone else was the person he loved the most and the most important person in his life. ZH is the abbreviation of my brother's name." I was about to type a reply, but I was disgusted by the comments in the comment section. These 2 people are definitely abnormal. When my brother was looking for a date, he thought I was disturbing him if I said one more word to him. He wanted to slap me to death. How could a brother say such a thing? I don't believe that they are a pure brother-sister relationship. The blogger is so miserable. Her boyfriend is very good, but he has a green tea girl. As I mentioned before, every time I was alone with my boyfriend, this green tea girl would make trouble. She has a brother fetish and is a pervert. Yes, and I looked at the homepage of at. The videos in it were all of her brother was cooking, and when her brother picked her up from school, she would jump directly onto her brother and hang on him. How can this be a normal brother-sister relationship? Do they understand the difference between men and women? Boys should have gender awareness by the age of 7 and girls by the age of 4. These comments suddenly made me feel uncomfortable, and I felt dizzy for a while before I recovered. Looking at all these comments, I actually started to doubt myself. Is this world abnormal, or am I really abnormal? I knocked on Lu Chen's door in my pajamas. Lu Chen opened the door sleepily, and when he saw my red eyes, he immediately pulled me into the house. "You're not even wearing shoes. What's wrong with you? Did Luo Chanxian bully you again?" Lu Chen realized something and quickly took out his cell phone to check, but I stopped him. I looked up at him with red eyes. My throat was dry, sore, and hoarse. Did I really do something wrong? Shouldn't I have been clinging to my brother like I did when we were little? Bullshit. He is your biological brother. If not you too, who should you be close to? Luo Chanshan, that stupid girl. Your brother was right to break up with her. It would have been a problem if he hadn't broken up with her. Lu Chen went to find a towel to wipe the tears from my face. You are just too kind. When Luo Chanshan hinted that she and Zhon Huai would be a family from now on and you would just be an outsider, I felt something was wrong. You are black-hearted and black-hearted, so you see everyone as black. He, Lu Chen, seemed to be even angrier than I was, and kept scolding Luo Chanshan. The comments and private messages all scolded me for being shameless and pestering my brother to drive Luo Chanshan away. Luo Chanshan released a photo of me kissing my brother on the face at the entrance of the amusement park when I graduated from high school. The comments under my private messages and videos are disgusting. Some even said they wanted to find out what kind of person was seducing my own brother. When I said this, Lu Chen was so angry that he threw the towel to the ground. Nonsense. Every time Lu Shuang comes back, she pinches my face and kisses me. Doesn't that mean the relationship between Lu Shuang and I is abnormal? But I have to go to school tomorrow. Lu Chen, I don't dare go to school. Many people must know about this now. I'll pick you up from school tomorrow. You should get some sleep and calm down. I'll work with you to find a solution tomorrow, Lu Chen said as he carried me to the bed and covered me with a blanket. Then, worriedly, he took away my phone and held me tightly in his arms. Xiaoyang, don't doubt yourself. Your brother loves you out of family affection, and I love you out of love. The two are not in conflict. When I woke up the next day, I seemed to have recovered a little. Lu Chen held my hand all the way. As soon as we entered the school, we were immediately stared at by countless people. In the elective course, as soon as I entered the classroom, I saw Luo Chanshan, who also took new media operations and photography. When our eyes met, I saw the disgust towards me in her eyes. After the elective course ended, I was about to leave with my books, but was stopped by Luo Chanshan's roommate. She deliberately knocked my book over and stepped on it. Oh, someone really broadened my horizons. It turns out there are really sisters who are obsessed with brothers. They seduce their brothers and even regard their brothers' girlfriends as their rivals. TSK. TSK, you're a pervert. After this provocation, everyone stopped what they were doing and looked at me, and some people secretly took out their phones to start recording videos. I took a deep breath and turned to look at Luo Chanshan, the culprit. Luo Chanshan, my brother taught me to think twice before cursing, so I refrained from cursing you yesterday, but that doesn't mean I won't be angry. If you really hate me, come stand in front of me and tell me in person. Don't use a dog to bark. As I said that, I pushed Luo Chanshan's roommate away, bent down to pick up the book and prepared to leave, but was grabbed by Luo Chanshan's roommate again. What do you mean? I've learned a lot today. You acted like a little white rabbit in front of your brother. But it turns out you're actually so arrogant and domineering. That's why you bullied Chanshan and forced her to break up with Zhon Huai, right? As she was about to take out her cell phone to record the video. I'm going to record a video right now to show your brother how you bullied Chanshan at school. Luo Chanshan's roommate's relentless words finally made me unable to bear it any longer. I snatched her phone away and slammed it on the table, glaring at her fiercely. You want to take pictures, right? Go ahead. I'll let you take as many pictures as you want today. You must clearly capture how I bully Luo Chanshan. As I said that, I threw the book to the ground and walked towards Luo Chanshan step by step. Luo Chanshan, are you jealous that just one word from me can make my brother run around the city several times late at night to find an open cake shop to buy me a cake? Right, my brother loves me more than this. Every time he comes back from a business trip, he will buy 2 gifts. I choose first, and the rest is for you. My brother won't let you touch his beloved classic motorcycle, but I can draw on it with crayons. The passenger seat of my brother's favorite red Hongqi car will always be mine. For 3 years, you couldn't even touch the butt of the passenger seat. Jealous? I'm jealous that my brother always mentions me when he talks to others, and I'm the first person he cares about when something happens. In his heart, you will always be behind me. Even if there's the last piece of braised pork left on the table, even if you like it, he will feed it to me. I said a step closer to her until I forced her to sit on the seat. Seeing her eyes turned red with anger, I suddenly felt so much better. I looked at her provocatively. Luo Chanxian became so anxious that she stood up and slapped me in the face, speaking in a crying voice. I knew you were just pretending in front of your brother. You deliberately wanted your brother to break up with me. Right, I didn't answer, but raised my eyebrows slightly. Took out my cell phone and made a video call to my brother. Yang Yang, is there something wrong? My brother was woken up from his sleep by me, and his voice was hoarse. I turned my head to show the slap marks on my face and said aggrievedly, "Brother, Luo Chanxian hit me." My brother was stunned for a second and then immediately sat up. I turned the camera to face Luo Chanxian. My brother's face and voice immediately turned cold. "Luo Chanxian, my breaking up with you has nothing to do with Yang Yang. Have you been unreasonable enough? Yang Yang, I'll book the nearest flight back now." "Luo Chanxian, if anything happens to my sister, I will never forgive you." I hung up the video call and looked at Luo Chanxian even more proudly. "Do you want to know why my brother always treats me better than you? Because he is my real brother, and you are just one of his girlfriends that he can change at any time." After I finished speaking, I turned and left. When I walked in front of Luo Chanxian's roommate, I looked at her with a smile. "Did you take a clear picture? I don't think I need to scold Luo Chanxian again." The video of me in the classroom, in which I lost my temper and deliberately exaggerated my words to provoke Luo Chanxian, was soon posted online, and my notoriety became even worse. Luo Chanxian started a live broadcast that day. Without waiting for netizens to ask her any questions, she started crying breathlessly in front of the camera, expressing all her grievances. I used Lu Chen's account to watch her live broadcast. Lu Chen put an ice pack on my face and frowned and scolded me. "You should fight back. Don't be afraid of being defeated. Your brother and I are here with you." "Yeah, I see." I kissed Lu Chen flatteringly. "My brother's flight is at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Come with me to pick him up." "Good." I held Lu Chen in my arms and continued to read the comments below the live broadcast. Every comment was disgusting and scolded me profusely. I held my chin in my hand. Love is really strange nowadays. Everything has to give way to love. Even family affection has to give way to love. Does it mean that we have to abandon all relatives just for a relationship? This generation of netizens are all stressed. Lu Chen touched my head. "Stress?" I raised my eyebrows in amusement. "Then stimulate them more. Do you know the Skinner box experiment? You will get used to it after more stimulation." So when I went to pick up my brother the next day, Lu Chen took my phone and started a live broadcast. The first moment I saw my brother, I rushed over, hung on him, and deliberately gave him a big kiss on the face. Since I was a child, every time I went abroad to visit my parents, they would express their affection to me and my brother by kissing each other on the cheek. But since junior high school, my brother began to tell me that there are different ways to express feelings. Later, I realized that people in China are more subtle in expressing feelings, so since junior high school, the way I expressed feelings has changed to hugging. Brother, what gift did you bring me this time?" Zhonhui let the suitcase fall to the ground and held it tightly to prevent me from falling. "I told you not to be so reckless. How's the wound on your face? Let me take a look." "It's okay. The swelling went down when I woke up today." I got off him and heard a voice called Yang Yang from behind. I leaned back to look and saw Sister Lu Shuang walking towards me slowly in a pair of high heels. Just when I raised my hand to say hello to Sister Shuang, Sister Shuang dropped her suitcase and walked towards Lu Chen, not caring at all that Lu Chen was live streaming on his phone. Sister Shuang reached out and pinched Lu Chen's face several times. Then took off her glasses with a smile and kissed Lu Chen hard on the face, leaving a big red mark. "Sis, I told you not to kiss me with such red lipstick on. My lipstick color is hard to find." Your sister, don't mind putting it on your face." After saying that, Sister Shuang turned around and walked to me, then left a big red lipstick mark on my face. After kissing me, Sister Shuang remembered that Lu Chen had been holding his phone as if he was doing a live broadcast. She faced the screen directly and happened to see a lot of comments cursing me. She simply snatched the phone away and raised her eyebrows slightly. I happened to be traveling in Austria, and I heard from Lu Chen that Luo Qianqian bullied you, so I came back together. Your brother and I watched Luo Qianqian's live broadcast yesterday. I searched through all those posts. I have to say that the photos and texts are really like a tortoise sauce. They dare to put any dish on the table. Sister Shuang hooked her arm around my shoulder and said, "Let's go to your school and settle accounts with Luo Qianqian." Sister Shuang is as decisive and resolute as ever. Lu Chen drove all the way to the school and the live broadcast was not interrupted. Lu Shuang asked me to lead the way to the downstairs of Luo Qianqian's dormitory, borrowed a loudspeaker from a classmate who was selling goods at a stall nearby, and then shouted in the direction of the upstairs, "Luo Qianqian, aren't you feeling wronged? Today, the protagonists in your story are all standing here waiting for you. Let's talk it over. Why did John Huai break up with you just because of Yang Yang?" After Lu Shuang finished shouting, she clicked on repeat play and placed the speaker at the door of the dormitory. Now all the people in the school came out to watch the fun, and the girls' dormitory building was immediately surrounded by people. Some took out their phones to shoot videos, while others started live broadcasts, all of them looking like they were enjoying the show and not minding any trouble. The loudspeaker shouted for more than 10 minutes before Luo Qianqian came down. Her roommates all stood up to support her. As soon as Luo Qianqian saw my brother, her eyes immediately turned red and she called out softly, "John Huai, don't call him yet. John Huai has already given you some respect, since you feel wronged. Let's talk about what an abnormal brother-sister relationship is and what Yang Yang means by pestering John Huai all the time, forcing you, the current boyfriend, to become the ex." Sister Shuang said this as she picked up the loudspeaker from the ground and handed it to me. "Yang Yang, let's continue to do the same thing this time as we did in the last video." I took the speaker, and before I could say anything, Luo Qianqian took the initiative to walk up to my brother, shed a few tears, and choked with sobs. "John Huai, I used to be very nice to John Yang, but whenever the three of us were together, you always paid attention to John Yang. Just like when she provoked me yesterday, every question pierced me beyond words. In your heart, your first priority will always be John Yang, and never me." Luo Qianqian, right, she is my biological sister who I raised myself. It's not that I only care about her, but in your eyes, I only care about her. And it's you who don't want to accept her. But the fact is, I don't feel any confidence from you that I would be your first choice as a girlfriend. Upon hearing this, my brother looked at Luo Qianqian deeply, then shook his head helplessly. "That's because every request you made is something I can't do. That red Hongqi car was a gift from my parents for Yang Yang when she came of age. It will also be Yanyan's dowry in the future. There is no reason for me to let Yang Yang sit in the back seat and let you sit in the front passenger seat. Except for that car, the front passenger seat of other cars has always been your seat. You were not feeling well that day, but your temperature was very stable at 37. However, Yang Yang had a fever of 38.5 and was in the hospital. Even so, I stayed with you until you fell asleep, and then I called Lu Chen to ask about Yanyan's condition. At that time, Yang Yang and Lu Chen said they wanted to eat cake, and Lu Chen was with her and couldn't leave, so I went out to buy a cake and send it to her. Besides, I just delivered the cake that day, but Yang Yang urged me to go back to be with you. Qianqian, Yang Yang has never been an obstacle between us. It is you who has always regarded Yang Yang as an obstacle between us, but you chose John Yang between me and her. I am your girlfriend, and I will be the one who will spend your life with you. John Yang will also start a family with someone else. Can't you keep a little distance and give me a sense of security? Why can't I be your only one?" Luo Qianqian felt more and more aggrieved as she spoke. She raised her hand and kept wiping her tears, expressing her grievances. "I just wanted you to move out and live with me, but you said it's not safe for John Yang to live alone. Is it safe for me to live alone, every year? You carefully designed John Yang's birthday present and had it made by a designer, but the gift you gave me was just a luxury item that anyone can buy in a specialty store. We attended the banquet together, but you left me aside and took John Yang around to introduce him to everyone. When I told you I was going out with my friends, you would just say be careful, but when John Yang went out, You would call her every now and then, asking her where she was, who she was with, and when she would be home. Even when you were dating me, no matter what I was doing at 10 o'clock, you would call Zhonyang to ask if she had come home. Just like Zhonyang said, there is only one piece of braised pork left on the table. Even if I like it, you will put it on Zhonyang's plate without hesitation. Luo Chantian became more and more excited as she spoke. Since you love your sister so much, and since your sister is the only one in your life, why do you still need a girlfriend? What is the meaning of my existence to you? Seeing Luo Chantian squatting on the ground crying excitedly, Zhonhui also slowly squatted down, took out a tissue from his arms and handed it to her. I will give the last piece of braised pork on the table to Yang Yang, but I will also give you all the food on my plate. My brother's response was undoubtedly gentle, so gentle that even Sister Lu Shuang couldn't bear it anymore, and she pulled my brother up and pulled him behind her. Luo Chantian, in your eyes, is it true that all the emotions in this world must give way to your so-called love and sense of security? You have been with Zhonhui for 3 years, and you only know that he is good to Zhonyang. Do you know why Zhonhui is so good to Zhonyang, sister-loving and brother-loving? These two labels were easily attached to them by what you considered to be grievances, distorting their pure family affection. Uncle Jean and Auntie were often on business trips abroad doing experiments, leaving Zhonhui, a middle school student, alone to take care of Zhonyang. Zhonyang was only 7 years old at that time. On New Year's Eve, Zhonhui had a fever in the middle of the night. Zhonyang ran barefoot in pajamas for 2 hours. From the east side of the city to the hospital in the west side of the city. By the time the ambulance arrived, Zhonhui had already fainted from the fever. Zhonhui had a heavy bleeding during surgery in high school, and it was Zhonyang who ignored her own health and insisted on transfusing 400 cubic centimeters of blood to Zhonhui. You said Zhonhui values Zhonyang more than you do. Tell me, what have you done for Zhonhui? You are crying bitterly because you feel wronged. Let me tell you, if Zhonhui values you more than Zhonyang, that would be unforgivable. Shen Shuang's series of questions successfully stopped Luo Chantian from crying. Luo Chantian wiped her tears, stood up and looked at Shen Shuang. Yes, they are siblings and their bond is unbreakable. I am petty-minded and I am jealous of their intimacy. Okay, so according to you, siblings don't have to avoid suspicion. Will my love always be outweighed by family affection? Have you ever seen a sister sitting close to her brother when 3 people are together? Have you ever seen a sister kiss her brother on the face? Have you ever seen a normal brother buy sanitary napkins for his sister? Have you ever seen a brother who remembers his sister's clothing and shoe sizes so clearly? As Luo Chantian spoke, she cast her eyes on me, walked quickly to me, and pulled me in front of her. Zhonyang, if you really have no feelings for your brother, then swear that your feelings for your brother are pure and that is a brother-sister relationship. Swear that you will never have any intimate actions with your brother again, and I will believe it. Luo Chantian's words stunned me. I forgot to struggle for a moment. I laughed in disbelief, turned around to look at my brother, and saw that his brows were furrowed. I took a deep breath, raised my hand and pushed Luo Chantian away. First of all, it's because you have dirty thoughts that you think I have dirty thoughts about my brother. Secondly, I just love my brother, in my heart. My brother will always be my first priority. Even if I get married in the future, my husband and my brother will be equally important. Finally, when you approached me on purpose 3 years ago and pursued my brother under the pretext of being friends with me, you knew clearly that my brother had always held me in the palm of his hand. Why didn't you mind at that time? Now you're being hypocritical. It was just that Sister Shuang and I were having a video chat. And we were talking about the time when I was 14 and didn't understand anything. My brother anxiously asked Sister Shuang to help him buy sanitary products for me. This one incident alone can be like a thorn in your heart. Luo Chantian, if you don't have a brother who loves you, don't be jealous of me because I have one. Besides, I have a boyfriend. I've had a boyfriend since high school. But you're the only one who's jealous of my relationship with my brother. After I said that, I turned and looked at Lu Chen, and Lu Chen stood up at the right time and took my hand. I raised my hand, which was interlocked with Lu Chen's, and showed it to Luo Chantian. Alright, you can't have an argument with someone who has different values. if you are on different paths, you can't make plans together. Just let Zhong Hui and Zhong Yang go. Please apologize publicly on the platform before tomorrow. Sister Shuang put her sunglasses back on her nose as she spoke. Luo Qianqian. It is important for people to know themselves. Most of those luxury goods in specialty stores that you disliked were just mentioned casually by you. Zhong Hui specifically asked me for help to buy them in specialty stores abroad. You have to know that high-end luxury goods rely on money and status. The luxury goods that Zhong Hui gave you all required you to put down millions of dollars in advance. How dare you say that it's just a luxury item that anyone can buy in a specialty store? It's a joke. Sister Shuang said this, signaling Lu Chen to turn off the live broadcast, and gently raised her head to signal the students who were watching the fun to make way. Everyone made way in an orderly manner. Sister Shuang walked in front, and Lu Chen followed behind, holding my hand. On the way back, in the car, I looked at my brother and Sister Shuang in the rearview mirror and asked questions. Brother, Sister Shuang, is it true that we can't be as intimate as before after we grow up? Just as my brother was about to speak, he was interrupted by Sister Shuang. Will you kiss Zhong Hui every day? Won't. I shook my head. My brother had formerly talked to me about the differences between men and women when I was in junior high school. She kissed her brother on the cheek at the airport only because she was irritated by many comments, so she did it on purpose. In fact, the last time I kissed my brother on the cheek was when I graduated from high school, which was also my 18th birthday. My brother took me to an amusement park to celebrate, and they had a fireworks display for me. When we took the photo, I kissed my brother on the cheek, leaving behind such a memorable photo. I developed 2 copies in total. One was sent to my parents abroad, and the other was framed and placed in the living room. Later, Luo Qianqian came home and saw this photo. That day, she kept asking me, intentionally or unintentionally, about my relationship with my brother, and how it felt when my brother was kissed on the day the photo was taken. Later, it became a thorn in Luo Qianqian's heart. Then will you sit on Zhong Hui every day and ask for a hug? Won't. I continued to shake my head. This was of course impossible. Apart from hugging my brother when I was sad or excited, the most intimate action my brother showed me was to rub my head. So, what are you doubting yourself about? Like me and Lu Chen, I am his sister, and when I am sad and tired, I will naturally ask him for a hug. After high school, I have been living abroad and only come back once a year or two. It is normal for me to kiss him on the cheek to express my feelings when we meet. Don't say Zhong Hui only remembers your clothing and shoe sizes. When I had menstrual cramps, I even ordered Lu Chen to make me brown sugar ginger tea. When I was in the hospital and wanted to eat wontons in the middle of the night, Lu Chen searched the streets for a long time before buying me a bowl. He even wrapped it in his coat for fear that the wontons would get cold. Xiao Yang, you are Lu Chen's girlfriend. Do you mind that Lu Chen and I have such a good relationship? Don't mind. If I were there at that time, I would definitely stay with Sister Lu Shuang tilde. Right. Then ask Lu Chen if he minds your relationship with Zhong Hui. When you were in high school, Lu Chen pursued you, and Zhong Hui was so angry that he acted like an old mother, picking you up from school every day, and even secretly came to me and Lu Chen to warn Lu Chen that you were still young and he was not allowed to pursue you. When he didn't have classes in college, he would go straight to you, fearing that you would fall in love too early. He even got his first girlfriend so angry that she broke up with him. You are still secretly doing things with Lu Chen. Zhong Hui has no choice but to bombard you repeatedly and ask me to keep an eye on you, fearing that you will taste the forbidden fruit. I'm the elder sister, so I don't watch over my younger brother that strictly, but you're the younger sister, and Zhong Hui is both your father and your mother. So naturally his attention and concern for you are dozens or hundreds of times more than that of his other brothers, which is why he was able to raise you safely and smoothly until now. When I was in high school, we all laughed at him for being a sister complex, but we also knew that it wasn't easy for him. Not only did he have to study every day, but he also had to cook for you, pick you up from school, help you with your homework at night, and attend parent-teacher meetings for you. Even though he has an aunt, he doesn't feel comfortable leaving you in her care. Yang, no matter how much others say, they are not you and Zhong Hui. They will only imagine things they have not experienced based on the description and vision, and then draw conclusions and make judgments through imagination, and finally firmly believe that their conclusions are correct. So no matter what, you can't doubt the relationship between you and your brother. As soon as Sister Lu Shuang finished speaking, my brother reached out and rubbed my head. Brother just hopes that you and Lu Chen will always be fine. When I woke up the next day, I found that Luo Chanxian had logged out of her account. I thought the matter was over, but a few days later, when I was eating in the cafeteria, someone deliberately spilled food on me and led me to the bathroom under the pretext of cleaning my clothes. When I walked into the cubicle, the door was immediately blocked from the outside. Wow, a bucket of cold water was poured in from above the cubicle, soaking me all over. Before I could react, I heard several female voices outside. Green tea sister, has this bucket of cold water cured your brother-loving disease? I spat out the water in my mouth, and then I heard someone from the next room pushing the door and going out. But the moment she went out, the female voices that were originally mocking me outside instantly disappeared. After a long while, someone stammered, We are speaking up for you. Are you not angry? No, you continue. Luo Chanxian's familiar voice rang out, and I quickly knocked on the door and called her. Luo Chanxian, ask them to let me out. After saying this, another bucket of cold water was poured in. The people outside laughed extremely loudly and harshly. Did your brother raise you so that your brainstem is not fully developed? How could he possibly care about you? He's gone. I don't know who opened the window, but a gust of wind blew in and made my wet clothes stick to my skin, making me feel cold all over. Just stay here. I hope these 2 buckets of water can wash away the dirty thoughts in your head. Bah, you call me brother and sister. I've never seen such a dirty brother-sister relationship like yours. Listening to them cursing as they left, I stepped on the water tank and tried to climb over to the compartment next to me. The wind kept pouring in through the window, making me shiver. For a moment I didn't know whether my heart was colder or my body was colder. I came out of the bathroom looking soaked, which instantly attracted a lot of people's attention. Everyone was talking, and I tried to ignore the looks they were all giving me, but I still felt uneasy. Even though I lowered my head, trying to reduce my presence, I wished I could burrow into the ground at this moment. I took a taxi and ran back home. The aunt at home was cleaning the house. She was shocked when she saw me like this and quickly pulled me to find dry clothes to change into. When I came out of the hot shower, a cup of hot ginger soup was already on the table. The aunt looked at me, hesitated for a long time and finally asked me, Who bullied you? I sniffed and nodded. I was bullied. I was locked in a toilet cubicle by someone I didn't know. Not only was I scolded, but I was also poured with 2 buckets of cold water. Oh. You bastards, have you told your brother? If you don't dare to say so, I'll tell him for you. You can't stand being bullied at school. As she said this, my aunt was about to take out her cell phone to call my brother, but I stopped her. I shook my head, holding the ginger soup, and then I felt a little warmer. Auntie, I'll tell my brother when he gets home from get off work that he's busy during the day, so don't bother him. After drinking a few sips of ginger soup, I felt much more comfortable, but the chill that followed still made me sneeze several times. The aunt touched my forehead with concern, and kept saying something full of concern. Don't blame me for being talkative. You were not in good health to begin with, and now that I've poured 2 buckets of cold water on you, you're definitely going to have a fever tonight. Your forehead isn't hot when I touch it now, but you don't look right. Auntie will make you a bag of powder to drink later. If you really don't want to tell your brother why you are being bullied, you can talk to your auntie and she will think of some ideas for you and give you some advice. Auntie has watched you and your brother grow up, and I truly treat you as my own children. Yang Yang, there is nothing you can't get over, even if there is. Your brother and auntie are here for you. Listening to my aunt's caring voice, my eyes unconsciously turned red. I lowered my head and remained silent for a long time before I spoke softly. Auntie, do you think the relationship between me and my brother is normal? Auntie was obviously stunned by my question. It's normal. What's wrong with this? I looked up at my aunt with red eyes. Aunt, you all said that it's normal for me and my brother to be close. If it's normal, why did they insult me? Why did they say I'm a brother lover? and even made disgusting emoticons and pictures to tease me that my relationship with my brother is not normal. After listening to me, the aunt immediately wiped her hands with her apron and took out some tissue to wipe my tears. Auntie frowned and held me in her arms, patting my back like a child. Don't listen to their nonsense. I watched you two grow up. What's wrong with you and your brother getting along better? You two are siblings. You can hug each other and have a good relationship. Those two little bastards in my family fight all the time. I wish they could be as close as you two. When my aunt came home, the younger one would either complain to her older brother that he had taken her snacks, or the older one would complain to her that she didn't wash his clothes. The siblings had been fighting since they were little, but when the younger one was wronged at school in junior high school, the older one beat the person up without saying a word. I was so angry that I grabbed his ears and scolded him for a long time, but I was also happy that he loved his sister. Nowadays, many people are only children. My aunt's generation had 5 brothers and sisters. We had our share of quarrels and fights, as well as the love and care of our elder brother. But after the one-child policy was introduced, many people could not experience this feeling. My little girl is so envious of you. She always says that it would be great if her brother treated her half as well as your brother treats you. She also wants to go home and have her brother hug her and comfort her when she gets wronged outside, instead of being laughed at. But no matter what, this is the way you get along with each other, and you both love each other. So Yang Yang, you and your brother grew up together, and everyone can see that your brother loves you, so how can your relationship be abnormal? These are all nonsense. How can a jerk say nice things? Listen to auntie, don't think too much, go upstairs and have a good sleep. Good. I lay on the bed and subconsciously grabbed the hand of my aunt who was about to leave. Auntie, please stay with me. Auntie won't leave, I'll go get you some powder. The aunt smiled, touched my head, and got up to get me some instant powder. After drinking the powder, I fell asleep holding my aunt's hand. When I woke up, the hand I was holding became my brother's. Just as I was about to sit up, my brother put his hand on my forehead. Luckily I don't have a fever. Elder brother, auntie has told me that if you want to go to school these 2 days, go. If you don't want to go, I will ask for leave for you to rest at home. I will take care of the rest for you. I nodded and sat up. My brother sat down next to my bed with a bowl of fruit. Yang Yang, I want to talk to you. Good, I took the fruit. Even if it was out of season, as long as it was something I liked, my brother would always find it for me. Brother bears most of the responsibility for this matter. I apologize to you for not coordinating the relationship between you and Luo Chanxian. I thought she couldn't accept you, and breaking up was the best way for me to be responsible to her. But I didn't expect that this would hurt you. Yang Yang, I've read all the comments online. And I've also heard from Lu Chen that someone sent you text messages and made harassing phone calls to curse you. I've already hired a lawyer today and sent a lawyer's letter to those who cursed the most. I won't let them go. It's just that I didn't prevent someone from bullying you at school. Tomorrow I'll ask Sister Lu Shuang to go to school to check the surveillance and find out who locked you in the cubicle today. My brother said all this in one breath, and his expression suddenly became serious. Yang Yang, you are grown up now. I know those remarks will definitely make you think too much, so I want to ask you what you think. No matter what you think, I respect your opinion. Brother, I have never doubted that you love me. I just can't understand why there are so many people who belittle and abuse us so harshly just because of our good relationship. You don't need to apologize to me about Luo Chanxian's matter. That was your personal matter. Luo Chanxian insisted on involving me. It has nothing to do with you. She is just overthinking. And I was also wrong. I was so angry that day that I deliberately provoked Luo Chanxian. In fact, there are not only insults online, but also people who stand on our side. Although they are few, I have seriously responded to each of them and thanked them. I thought I wouldn't care about their rumors, but even if I tried hard to convince myself that I didn't care, those rumors were still like thorns that pierced my flesh. No matter what I did, it would touch the wound and I would feel the pain. Brother, my parents have been overseas. Although I am seldom accompanied by them, I am fortunate to have you as both a father and a mother in my life, taking care of me as I grew up. Auntie has also been by my side. Anyway, in my heart, my brother is the best. No matter what they say, My brother is always the most important person to me. More important than my parents. As I said this, I couldn't help but raise my head and act coquettishly towards my brother. My brother was amused by my appearance and hugged me lovingly. Yang Yang has really grown up. Mom and Dad must be very happy knowing how great Yang Yang is. In order to help me calm down, my brother made a sudden decision to have me accompany him to a boat banquet hosted by Uncle Gu. In the past, whenever my brother took me to such large social banquets, Luo Chantian would be unhappy, so much so that later on, unless my uncles and aunts specifically asked me to go, I would consciously avoid them and let my brother take Luo Chantian only. This boat banquet was grand with many ways to play, including an auction item that I liked. My parents promised to take a photo of it for me before, and it just so happens that this item is available for auction this time, so I am really looking forward to it. Sister Lu Shuang also received an invitation this time. I originally wanted to accompany Lu Chen, but because there were many precious items on display at the boat banquet, everyone's identity was strictly checked and boarding was based on family names, so I could only follow my brother. Generally speaking, large banquets hosted by Uncle Gu are extremely formal. Those who can appear at the banquet are basically acquaintances in the same circle. Occasionally, if someone wants to bring a female companion, the identity of the partner must have been announced to the public. Moreover, Uncle Gu has a high reputation in the circle, and everyone is in awe of him. In order to make me have fun, my brother bought me a high-end dress. I was very happy at first, but I never expected to meet Luo Chantian at the boat banquet. She was holding the arm of Uncle Gu's nephew Jiu Chengji, wearing the same well-dressed dress as me, and smiling proudly with her eyebrows raised. When she passed by me, she deliberately stepped on my skirt and bumped into my shoulder. My brother reached out and held me steady. I looked up at him and asked in confusion, "Brother, why is she involved with that playboy Jiu Chengji?" Of course it's because she slept. And that's just the past 2 days. Otherwise, how could that bastard Jiu Chengji bring her to the party? Sister Lu Shuang appeared from behind at some point. Lu Chen reached out and helped me to his side, holding my waist and smiling. "Calm down, sis." I looked at Lu Chen in confusion, and then I heard my brother laughing. Then Sister Lu Shuang raised her hand angrily and hit my brother and Lu Chen respectively. What a joke. I was just drunk and accidentally slept with that bastard Jiu Chengji for a night. Just think of it as being bitten by a dog. Seeing this, I immediately shut my mouth. But my eyes followed the figures of Jiu Chengji and Luo Chantian. Luo Chantian accompanied Jiu Chengji with a sweet smile, and walked confidently among the uncles and aunts. For the first dance, everyone spontaneously invited their family members to dance with them. This has always been the rule at Uncle Gu's banquets, so when Jiu Chengji danced with Uncle Gu's daughter Jiu Ying, as Jiu Chengji's dance partner, she could only stand on the edge of the dance floor and watch. Her eyes revealed the look that I was most familiar with, full of unwillingness. I found it a little funny. Did she really think that it would be like in novels, where the first dance on the dance floor must be performed with a female partner? Banquets also have rules, and banquets hosted by different people naturally have different rules. It's allowed at some banquets, but absolutely not at Uncle Gu's banquet, who attaches great importance to rules. When the second dance music started, Lu Chen let go of Sister Lu Shuang and naturally took me away from my brother and brought me into his arms. I took the opportunity to look at Luo Chantian. When she saw that everyone had changed their dance partners, she naturally thought that Jiu Chengji would definitely take her to the dance floor for this dance. She smiled and pretended to be shy, and was about to raise her hand towards Jiu Chengji, who was walking towards her. But the next second Jiu Chengji snatched Sister Lu Shuang away from my brother. The smile on Luo Chantian's face froze instantly. She bit her lower lip subconsciously and looked unwillingly at Jiu Chengji and Sister Lu Shuang on the dance floor. When she saw me smiling and watching the joke, she glared at me even more angrily. After the second dance, Sister Lu Shuang stepped hard on Jiu Chengji's foot. Jiu Chengji cried out and instantly became the focus of attention. But before anyone could look at it too closely, Uncle Jiu appeared with champagne in hand. He walked through the crowd and spoke to each of us younger ones in a friendly manner. When my brother was holding my hand and talking to Uncle Jiu, Uncle Jiyu called Sister Lu Shuang and Jiyu Chengji together. When Jiyu Chengji walked over, Luo Chantian suddenly walked over quickly, took Jiyu Chengji's arm, and then took the initiative to introduce herself. Hello Uncle Jiyu, I'm Luo Chantian, we've met once before. Do you still remember me? Uncle Jiyu looked her up and down casually, and his smile faded a little. Jiyu Chengji also frowned and tried to pull his arm free, but Luo Chantian held it tightly. I remember now, you used to follow Zhon Huai, right? Young people nowadays are more progressive in their thinking, and we, the older generation, can't keep up. Uncle Gu's words had hidden meanings, and Jiyu Ying also came over with champagne. Jiyu Ying directly pushed Luo Chantian aside and took Jiyu Chengji's arm. Jiyu Chengji also lowered his head and gently touched his cheek to Jiyu Ying. Dad, brother, what are you guys talking about here? You look so happy. By the way, brother, there is a bracelet in the auction tonight that I really like. Can you give it to me? Okay, little princess, I'll take any photo you want. Uncle Jiyu likes his family to live in harmony, so when he saw this, a smile returned to his face and he turned his gaze back to me and my brother. I haven't seen Zhon Yang for a long time. Your brother really loves you. He told me early in the morning that there is a necklace you like in this auction. We old guys won't compete with your brother for it today. He said that he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to take a picture of you and you would cry. He was afraid that he wouldn't be able to comfort you. Ha ha ha. I looked at my brother embarrassedly, then laughed and said, my brother is always exaggerating. I am not a child anymore. How can I cry so easily? Uncle Jiyu made me feel embarrassed. It's a good thing that your brother loves you. He has loved you since you were a child. When Lu Chen marries you, your brother might even cry behind your back. Uncle Gu's jokes made all of us laugh. Only Luo Chantian, who was squeezed out from behind, felt extremely embarrassed. Before the auction, Sister Lu Shuang and I went to the bathroom together. When I came out of the bathroom, Sister Lu Shuang gestured to me to stop talking, and then pulled me out of the cabin. Sister Lu Shuang pulled me and hid at the door, watching Jiyu Chengji and Luo Chantian on the deck. Luo Chantian seemed to be crying, and there was a sob tone in her voice. Jiyu Chengji, I am your girlfriend. I am the one you will spend your life with. You said you would buy that ancient filigree bracelet with gemstones and give it to me today. That Jiyu Ying is not even your biological sister. You said you would give it to her. So what am I to you? Jiyu Chengji frowned at her impatiently. I'll just give you another one. She's my sister. Why are you jealous of her? Sister, is my sister so important to you? Can she accompany you for the rest of your life? Can she give birth to children for you? From now on, I will be everything to you. I will be the mother of your children. I will go through the gates of hell to give birth to your children, but you think your sister is more important than me. Jiyu Chengji, you have no heart. These words made Jiyu Chengji's brows furrow like old forehead wrinkles. Luo Chantian, if you are sick, go see a doctor. You are just my girlfriend. It is a matter of our mutual consent. Will you accompany me for the rest of my life? You don't even have a pen in your horoscope. Who are you trying to blackmail with your uterus? Wait until you become a member of the Jiyu family before you talk to me about whether it's important or not. I must be mentally ill to agree to bring you up here. Now that we're breaking up, I'll have someone send you away tomorrow. Luo Chantian had never expected Jiyu Chengji's attitude and reaction to be like this. She stood there in a daze for a moment, and then cried even harder. Jiyu Chengji, who was about to enter the cabin, heard Luo Chantian crying even harder. So he stopped and cursed in an unhappy tone. Go home and cry if you want to cry. Don't cause me any trouble. Who is happy with this? Of course, it's me. Mouth replacement. When I returned to the auction in a happy mood, my brother had already bought the necklace for me and put it around my neck on the spot. I happily wore the necklace and went to other entertainment areas. When I was a little tipsy, I went to the bathroom in the entertainment hall, but before I walked in, I heard a familiar voice coming from the cubicle. Isn't this Luo Chantian's voice? I was just about to turn around and change floors when I heard Luo Chantian mention my name. She seemed to be on the phone. I took off my shoes and walked in barefoot, leaned against the sink, took out my phone and turned on the recording. Lily, do you know, these rich people are all mentally ill. They pretend to be friendly and respectful to each other. they hold hands and touch each other's faces all the time. They are all sick and abnormal. They actually think that this kind of relationship is normal. How can an adult woman hug, touch cheeks, and hold hands with her father and brother? No one else around me has ever had such a father-daughter relationship. They are all upper-class people, but they don't even know how to keep a distance from the opposite sex, as expected. The brother-sister relationships in those novels only happen in upper-class backgrounds. I'm so angry. Men are unreliable. We have to be self-reliant. Luckily, I kept a trick up my sleeve. Although I cancelled my main account, my secondary account gained more than 100,000 followers as soon as I registered it. There's already a company that wants to sign me. Lily, do you know, the signing fee is 5 million. When I become a big internet celebrity, the money will flow in like water. Then I will bring you into the company. Also, today Zhong Yang actually laughed at me. She really doesn't take it for granted. I will definitely not let her off easy when she returns to school. After hearing this, my slightly tipsy mind became completely clear. Luo Qianqian continued to vent her emotions, so I turned off the recording and left barefoot. When I returned to school again, as expected, I don't know what kind of pitiful news Luo Qianqian posted again. I just left the classroom for a short while, and when I came back, my textbooks were torn up, my pens were thrown into the trash can, and someone had poured an unknown liquid into my school bag. Luo Qianqian smiled proudly at me in the back row. I immediately went out to find the counselor to remove the surveillance camera in the classroom, and then called my brother and asked the beautiful lawyer in his company to come to the school. I don't like buying expensive things. But in order to compensate for not being by my side, my parents always mail me expensive gifts. For example, a brand customized leather gel pen costs 299 yuan each, and my school bag is 12999. The beautiful lawyer quickly sent a lawyer's letter to everyone who touched my seat in the video based on the amount and the situation. The next person was the one who blocked me in the toilet cubicle that day. He also received a lawyer's letter +1 on the grounds of school violence. This is certainly not just a threat. If there is no public apology and compensation, no active negotiation or just ignore the issue, there will be a lawsuit. Sister Lu Shuang checked Luo Qianqian's second account and found out that she was still stirring up trouble and secretly complaining about me from time to time. Her recent videos on her second account have begun to move in the direction of business and selling products, so naturally I couldn't let her go. And after sending her a lawyer's letter, I posted the recording of what happened in the bathroom that day online. There is no need to buy hot searches, it will quickly reach the hot list. The comments are still polarized, but more people are speaking up for me. It was half a month later that I saw Luo Qianqian again. She walked towards me with her head lowered, held my hand pleadingly and asked me to delete the recording. She said the company demanded compensation of 50 million from her, which she simply could not afford, signed a contract for 5 million and lost 50 million. This is a very entertaining live broadcast company. I pulled my hand away, no longer having any mercy on her. Black and red is still red. Your number of fans has doubled compared to before. Are you so cruel to watch me being scolded? I am being scolded during a live broadcast, and there are people who call me and send me text messages day and night to scold me. There are also people who photoshopped my posthumous photo and made spoof videos of me. I can't even face people now. You are so vicious. You just don't want me to live. Believe it or not, I will jump off the building and let everyone know how aggressive you are, forcing me to die. Is this what they call the wicked complaining first? Luo Qianqian, what you are going through now is what I have been through. How dare you call me vicious? When you were the one who started the trouble and got everyone to cyberbully me for traffic, why didn't you think you were vicious? That's because they are idiots. They believe whatever I say. Besides, it wasn't me who asked them to cyberbully you. They wanted to stand up for me. What does it have to do with me? Luo Qianqian's words made me laugh. I nodded. Didn't you say it yourself? What does it have to do with me? I returned the words to Luo Qianqian exactly as they were spoken, then turned and left. Less than half a month later, Luo Qianqian was ordered to drop out of school because she brought bad reputation to the school. The internet has no memory, and this incident soon faded from people's sight. After my account gained more than 100,000 000 followers because of this incident. I simply cancelled my main account. After re-registering a small account, I never posted any videos about me and my brother again. Because there are always idle people who like to comment and lecture me with their self-righteous views. When I graduated and was chatting with Sister Lu Shuang, I heard news about Luo Qianqian again. She still did live streaming to sell goods, and with the help of the internet's No Memory and Black Red, as well as her 200,000 odd fan account and new personality, she started to earn some money. The company knows how to operate accounts and personalities, but as luck would have it, because of the unclear relationship between Luo Qianqian's new boyfriend and her godsister, she stepped in to make trouble. During the period, because the matter was too serious, her account was blocked and she was put on the blacklist. Now we really need to pay back the 50 million in compensation. After graduation, I worked in my brother's company. I was responsible for planning a promotional event. After getting the confirmed companies participating in the event, I saw the company that Luo Qianqian signed a contract with at a glance. When I later received the list of internet celebrities brought by various companies, 2 familiar ID names and photos came into view. In addition to Luo Qianqian, there is also a new and popular internet celebrity named Enesai Huoguo. With her outstanding looks, gentle voice and proficiency in various musical instruments, she instantly attracted countless fans just by covering a few old songs. I've heard her sing live before. She's very stable. Besides that, she was chasing my brother. 3 months ago, after my brother accidentally scratched her car, she started to get close to my brother in various ways and asked for his contact information. I met her at other events afterwards. I thought she would approach me and try to please me to win my brother's favor, but that didn't happen. After she recognized me, she just greeted me normally and never mentioned my brother in front of me. Moreover, she is very measured in her actions and words, and her professional ability is stable and strong, so I have a very good impression of her. On the day of the event, I was reviewing the process on site, and the event was proceeding steadily until my brother suddenly showed up with my favorite snacks. I blinked and took the snacks from him thoughtfully. Something is wrong. My brother has always been strict with me at work and never disturbs me when I am working. Even when he wants to bring me snacks, he will only wait in the car outside the site until I finish work and then take me home. Why did you suddenly come in casual clothes today? When I was staring at my brother with ill intentions, he suddenly raised his hand to cover my eyes and coughed lightly, as if he was deliberately covering up something. Work hard. Oh, okay, I'll work hard. I pushed my brother's hand away and glanced at Ines Love Hotpot sitting in the first row. Sure enough, she was glancing at me and my brother from time to time. The two of them might have already done something secretly. I raised my eyebrows, and suddenly felt my stomach twitch. I frowned and subconsciously endured it. I forgot that I had an attack of gastroenteritis these 2 days. I left in a hurry today and didn't take any medicine, but now the activity is in the final roll call. It will be over in half an hour. I will go to the hospital after it's over. As I was thinking this, there was a sudden jeer from the audience and a staff member next to me suddenly ran over and whispered something in my ear. I then found out that it was from Instagram who loves Hotpot. She whispered in the live broadcast room that the person she likes was also present, and gave the camera to my brother. The big screen just happened to call out the live broadcast room of Ari Hotpot on Instagram. The barrage of comments in the room caused everyone in the audience to cheer. Ines Ari Hotpot was very shy at the moment and kept raising his hands to cover his face, trying to hide his current social dead scene. At this moment, fans were all expressing their love for the Hotpot on Instagram, and the camera was all focused on me and my brother. My brother looked at the barrage, curled his lips slightly, and responded, "Thank you for your concern about my family affairs." My brother's words instantly caused an uproar at the scene and in the comments. Even Instagram Love Hotpot was unable to react for a while. After a long time, they looked at my brother in astonishment, and then their expressions turned into countless joys and unconcealable smiles. So it turns out that my brother was using the excuse of visiting me to look at Instagram and Love Hotpot. Just as our eyes met sweetly, I, in so much pain that I was sweating all over and looking pale, fell into my brother's arms at an inopportune time. in a daze. I heard a cry of surprise from the scene. My brother carried me straight to the hospital. When I woke up, it was already past 3 in the morning. However, the person who was staying by my side was not my brother, but Instagram love hotpot. The noise of me getting out of bed woke her up. When she saw that I wanted to go to the toilet, she quickly took down the 4 bottle and helped me to the toilet. It's inconvenient for you to hold it by yourself. So I'll hold the 4 bottle for you and hang it on the shelf in the bathroom. Thank you. Where's my brother? He just left for a while. Go back and sleep for a while, and bring breakfast over in the morning. Besides, we are both girls, so it will be much easier for me to take care of you than for him. Thanks, it's okay. My name is Yin Susu. You can just call me Yin Yin from now on. The doctor said that you need to receive intravenous drips for 3 days for your gastroenteritis. You can be discharged from the hospital after the inflammation subsides. On the 2nd day of hospitalization, Lu Chen ended his business trip as soon as possible and rushed back overnight. Before leaving, Ari Hotpot kept reminding Lu Chen about the things I needed to pay attention to in the next few days, and he actually cared more about me than my brother. It was from Lu Chen that I heard that after I fainted that day, the comments online were polarized. Because of my brother and I's criminal record, many people at the time made conspiracy theories about my fainting. Luo Chantian took the opportunity to post another yin-yang video, which became a small hit. It was because Susu spoke up for me in the video that I confronted Luo Chantian head-on. This Luo Chantian is really haunting me. I don't like to take personal revenge, but sometimes it's really annoying to be stepped on by someone. Thinking of this, I took out my phone and called my assistant, directly put Luo Chantian on the company's cooperation blacklist, and issued an announcement and video explanation. Since she couldn't pay back the 50 million, she could only be a grassroots anchor, participating in various PKs every day, or go to the company's official live broadcast room to work as a live broadcast assistant and help bring some groceries. She is squeezed to work long hours every day and complete enough routine tasks. This time the company brought her to the event, probably to continue to attract traffic. I never expected that I would go astray. Just after 2 days of my new account becoming popular, I was blacklisted and received a lawyer's letter, and my account was completely blocked by the platform again. She was also criticized by the official platform, and other platforms also blocked her accounts one after another. A year later, I met Luo Chantian again at a small banquet. She held the arm of the young master of the worst reputation live streaming company in the circle, and would chuckle from time to time. My brother was holding hands with Yin Susu and chatting with a shareholder of another large company for a few words when the young master came over to greet my brother with a flattering smile. Luo Chantian's face was extremely embarrassed, and she tried to dodge but was held tightly. The young master smiled ingratiatingly, and intentionally or unintentionally tried to ask my brother what he thought of Luo Chantian. After being coldly rejected by my brother, he dragged Luo Chantian with a sullen smile and went to find the next target of flattery.